Hi, it's Sean, the Fluency Awesomizer. I'm back today with 2 more reading activities for you. We're going to be doing what your teachers like to say is decoding multi-syllabic words. All right. In other words, we're going to read some big words. All right. So let's get started. Here's the first round. I'm about to show you a word. I want you to read it right out loud. Are you ready? Here's that word. Read it right out loud. All right. You think you know it? Hey, did you say disinfected? The top word is disaffected. Disaffected. The bottom word is disinfected, and they are easily confused. So we're going to take a moment and we're going to compare these words. Both start with the prefix dis, and in the middle they have the sound fect. All right, and disaffected has actually a double F, and they end with an ED. So they're pretty similar. This is just the slightest difference. Disaffected has an A. Disinfected has an N. See it? Now, let's take a look at the root words. These are both verbs, affect and infect. Affect is from the very old language, Latin, and then it became a French word. And we use it, we picked it up in English from the French language. And to affect means to act on, to move someone, to influence someone. Like you can affect someone's emotions by the way you act. All right. If you think about it, you can make someone happy. You can make someone sad depending on how you behave. So you affect other people that way. Infect, I think we all know what infect means. It's not, or it's kind of means to pollute, to contaminate, to fill with disease. All right, just the word infect is affecting me. You know what I'm talking about? So they're both verbs. And if you put the prefix dis in front, dis means the opposite of. So now disaffect and disinfect has the opposite meaning. All right. And because they're verbs, we can put an ED on the end, and now they're past tense. Disaffected, disinfected. Take a moment here, just look at the syllables. I've color-coded the syllables. Disaffected and disinfected are both 4-syllable words. Disaffected, disinfected. All right, let's set these words aside, and I'm going to show you one sentence. Hit pause, give yourself some time to read it. You take your time by hitting pause. And I have one more exercise for you in just a moment. All right, got it? Let's move on to the second round. Again, I'm going to show you a word. I want you to read this word right out loud to whoever is sitting there with you. Here it is. All right, you got it? I'm wondering, did you say hibernating? The top word is hydrating. The bottom word is hibernating. And if you said hydrating, that's great. But we're going to take a look at both of these words because they're very similar and they're easily confused. So let's compare them. Now it's interesting. In the middle, hydrating has D-R-A. Hibernating, that D is a B. And I think we all know that D can be confused with B a lot. Yeah, handwriting and reading. So that's the trick to hydrating or confusing a word like hydrating. You might flip the B. Your brain might do that. And you don't realize it. So that's why it's easily confused. The other thing is the R down below in hibernating, that's an R-controlled sound. The vowel E shows up. And up top where you would say dr, 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 and with that A, we're going to say dra or dre. Down below, it's brr. So we have up top, dr, 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 dr. Down below, burr. Then the A is separate because there's an N in hibernating. And if you dropped an N there, that's another reason you may have said hibernating instead of hydrating, because young readers insert an N all the time. It's very common behavior to put an N where it doesn't exist. So you want to be careful for that. So take a look at that N. There it is in the middle. I'm going to put the root words up. Hydrate is a French word. And you probably are familiar with hydrate. It means to absorb water, to fill with water. We know it has to do with water. Hibernate is interesting. That word comes from Latin. And a very long time ago, long before the United States of America, Latin was the popular language. And if you know the country Ireland, Ireland was originally named Hibernia, which is the Latin name. And it pretty much means the land of winter. Because we all know that there's certain animals that hibernate in the wintertime. So hibernate, the root is found in Hibernia, the old name for Ireland. And now we use hibernate, which is a verb meaning how you pass the winter, how some animals pass the winter. Now, both words end with a silent E. And to change them to hydrating and hibernating, we're going to drop that E, add ing. That's a rule you need to recall, especially when spelling words like this. A quick look at the syllables: hydrating, hibernating. So in hibernating's 4 syllables, not 3 like hydrating. Putting these words aside, I've got one quick sentence here for some extra practice, and that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned tomorrow for another one. Hit pause if you haven't yet.